Hi, welcome back to Life with Java. For those of you who don't know, I'm a 51-year-old late diagnosed autistic woman. I'm raising and homeschooling my very soon to be 11-year-old autistic son. In today's video, I thought I would give 5 tips at homeschooling or teaching your autistic child. Now, of course, my child is a little bit older. We started all the way back when he was 2 and 3 with little preschool stuff, and we are all the way up into 5th grade curriculum now. I will try to keep this to where it's geared toward every age, but if you have any questions about the younger ages, feel free to leave them in the comments below. So let's get into this. Welcome to Life with Java. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. My first tip, number 1, is to create a calm, sensory-friendly space. For those of you who follow me, you will know that we have turned this shed into a homeschool room. We have little stuffies out here. These are from our Life of Fred curriculum. We have fidgets and games. We have things that smell good that he likes. We have different ways that he can sit. He brings out a bouncy ball to bounce on when he wants to. He has a swivel chair he can spin in. I have all decorations up. You can't see them all from here, but I have decorations up that Jackson has chosen and wants in his room. We have his spinny globe that he likes to spin and play with. We have his little cat that waves, his Groot. We have some dogs over here. Create a calm, sensory-friendly space. Number 2 tip for homeschooling your autistic child is to build emotional connections. Work on your bond. Your bond and your emotional connection to your child will be the absolute core of learning. To me, in my personal relationship with my son, it is the core to teaching everything in life, whether it be discipline or self-control or academics. Work on your relationship with your child. Build that connection. Figure out their love language. Figure out when they feel the safest around you. Figure out what you do with them that they enjoy the most. And just work on that bond. Work on those positive connections. For every negative interaction you have, try to have 5 or 10 or even 15 positives. Just focus all of your energy toward building a bond and a positive connection with your child. Trust me, I promise you, it will help the teaching grow leaps and bounds. When your child feels safe and when they trust you to always have their best interests at heart, they're way more likely to be willing to step out of their comfort zone and to follow your lead and to learn new things. Number 3 kind of goes with number 2. Get into their world. Join them in their world. Find their passions, follow their lead, follow their interests. My son is interested in animals. He's interested in Pokemon, and he's interested in video games like Legends of Zelda and things like that. We teach wholeheartedly towards his passions. Whatever he's interested in, I can teach science with that. I can teach reading with that. I can teach writing with that. I can teach language arts and work on spelling with that. We can even use it to figure out how to do some math with it. So follow your child's interests. When they are engaged, when they are willing to learn and hungry and eager for this knowledge, then that's when it sticks in their brain and really makes sense to them. As you know, autistic children, autistics in general, are just extremely smart. You just have to tap into the way they learn and the things that they're interested in, and then the sky is the limit. Number 4, follow your child's own unique path. Don't worry about norms or standards. Homeschool is not at all meant to replicate public school. The way you teach your child is not going to look anything like public school teaches the children. You're not going to keep the same timeline. You're not going to compare your children to what the kids at public school are learning, or even the kids at other homeschools are learning. Your homeschool is your homeschool. It is like a private school. You are your own entity. So don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses or anybody else. Wherever your child is at, that's the level that you teach at. My 5th grader in some areas is on 5th or 6th grade work, and in some areas is probably on first, second, or third grade work if we were looking at public standards, but we're not. So we just teach towards his level in every subject. That is the joy of homeschooling. He gets the absolute best education, tailor-made to fit his needs. And number 5, last but not least, use multisensory teaching methods. What I mean by multisensory, if you want to teach something, the more ways your child can use that teaching sensory-wise, things that he can touch, things that he can hear, even things that you can smell. If you can, make your math lesson using a snack that they enjoy, or if you can bake something in the kitchen to work on reading or work on following directions. Absolutely any sensory you can use. Movement. Learning and movement is huge with Jackson. Starting out from the time he was little bitty, he was obsessed with the letters and the shapes, the letter sounds. We would hang up posters. We would shoot Nerf guns at the letters. We would throw sock balls at the, as we made the sounds. We would use sidewalk chalk and we would draw the shapes outside on the sidewalk, and I would have him jump to each shape or crawl to each shape or skip or hop to each shape. We are always learning in motion. Any way you can use their sensory along with that. Another way of using multisensory methods, I have an example here. We are working on fractions. We've already covered fractions, but I'm going to show you everything we've used up until this point, and we're soon going to start multiplying fractions. So not only do we have a workbook, we very seldom teach with workbooks. Workbooks are last on our list. Anything written is not fun for Jackson, and therefore he's not going to enjoy it and he's not going to learn as much from it. But we do have a workbook to see it in visual form. But we have everything from a fraction puzzle here. Okay, there we go. Now you can see the puzzle better. You can see that we have one here, and we can divide one into 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, and so on. So this is a very good visual. It's tactile. He can hold it. He could smell it if he wanted to, and I think he's actually even chewed on a few of these. So there are multiple ways to use this. We can just build with it or put it back in the puzzle form. We also have a pizza fraction game. I love the pizza fraction game because we can use it hands-on. We can play grocery store with it, or we can play pizzeria with it. We can practice all kinds of things with this pizza, but then when we order a pizza or make a pizza in the oven, we can work on it in another way using more senses. So this game has been very fun for Jackson and I. It's easy to lay the pieces over each other to see that 2/4 equal a half, or that 2 halves equal a whole. To be able to lay them on top of each other, you can mix and match the pieces. So this is another way we've worked on fractions. Another way, we have a fractions formula game. These are little test tubes. We can take 2 test tubes and we can easily see that 2/8 equals a 1/4. Or we could easily see that 2/4 equals a half. It's hands-on. You can hear it. It has sound to it. You can feel it. It's tactile. It's visual. They're very visual pleasing because they're different colors. So teach in multisensory ways. Every time a child experiences something using their senses, it develops another pathway to the brain. So instead of teaching one way with a workbook or one way with a game, you have all these different brain pathways growing to learn each thing that you're trying to teach. So for us, when we teach, we set goals. We don't do one big set curriculum for the year. We set goals every 3 months, and every 3 months we try to figure out what do we want to work on, and then I collect as many hands-on and interactive products as I can to teach towards those goals. And then in 3 months or so, I say 3 months, but when we get bored of that, when I can tell that Jackson's interest is failing, then we go on to something else. I hope you have enjoyed these 5 tips for teaching your autistic child. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. If you have anything that I haven't thought of or that you think other people would want to add to their list, leave it in the comments below. And as I always say, do something nice for yourself. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.